The Mini, the Beetle, the Fiat 500. There are a number of marques that have drawn on their history and heritage to make a comeback in the 21st century. Some successfully, some not so much. MG is the latest brand to come out with a new model. This is the MG6, and it's the first car to wear that Morris Garage badge since they were taken over by a Chinese conglomerate more than 5 years ago. The originally British company has had something of a checkered history in the past few decades. After its heyday of the 60s, it changed hands quite a few times until it was bought by BMW in 1994. They got rid of it in 2000, and the new owners, under the banner of the MG Rover Group, had some success with models like this one, the MG-TF. Now, this particular model belongs to the national chairman of the MG Club in South Africa, Norman Ewing. Norman, you must have your pick of MGs. Why the TF?
I love this car. I really love the car. It handles, it's fun to drive, and that's what MGs were all about, always. Affordable sports cars.
Okay, so how does this hark back to that era? I mean, what does a car have to bring through to be classified as an MG?
The badge, and the fact that it does all the things it's supposed to do. It's fun to drive.
Okay, so obviously you were quite sad when they left the country back in the early 2000s, and you can no longer buy this car here. You can obviously get it overseas still.
Right.
But just tell us how that all came about that they left.
It was the Labour government that really started all that. They let the Phoenix Gang of Four buy from BMW, MG, the marque, for a tenner. And then they let them asset strip it, including taking the workers' pension fund and selling it to the Chinese. The tragedy is that people then panicked, but they weren't going to get spares, they weren't going to get backup. And so a lot of people sold, which enabled a lot of club members to buy cheap second-hand MG.
So you can maybe understand then why there might be a lot of grumpy MG owners from this era of car after they were left holding the keys when the group left the country. But MG is now back under the care of Combined Motor Holdings in South Africa, and we are super eager to find out what the Shanghai Automotive Corporation has whipped up for us. Let's start with first impressions. It's not the best looking car around, but it's also not ugly. It's engineered and designed in Birmingham at Longbridge, nogal, so that should count for something. They've said they're going to continue a focus on European styling, and British in particular. For me, it's more reminiscent of a Toyota or a Mazda or a Renault, or even in this fastback version that we're driving, a Saab. But hey, it is a reinvention, so who's to say it has to look anything like this or this? It'll be a matter of taste whether you prefer the saloon version or this fastback. Either way, you get a lot of space. The boot is humongous and there's good legroom in the back for passengers. Up front, you've got a cabin that's pretty simple, but also has some surprisingly nice design elements. You've got a piano black finish on the radio controls here, and some interesting design elements on the center console. The switch gear on the steering wheel, very simple to use, easy to touch, all relates to the onboard computer in your binnacle there. Quite small dials for your rev counter and your speedo, but easy enough to read. Couple of quibbles, no storage space. It's a practical car. I want more than one cup holder that sticks out from the dash. Very annoying. And the other thing, a bit of a design flaw for me, is the handbrake, where the button to release, there's no place for your thumb to go, so you keep dropping it, which is rather annoying. The MG6 recently walked away with What Car's Security Award in recognition of its alarm and immobilizer system and resilience to theft. Good news in South Africa. It's also scored an impressive 4 stars in the Euro NCAP safety rating and comes with driver, passenger and side airbags. There's ABS and EBD and traction control. Our model has sat-nav, although it's not installed. All in all, it's a pretty well-spec'd offering. We've got a 1.8-litre engine under the hood, putting out 118 kilowatts, 225 newton meters. It is quite a peppy engine, not always available on tap, but you can drive it with some gusto if you want to. The most important part of the driving experience in the MG6 to me is the solid feel, because you approach a Chinese car with a bit of trepidation, and I was pleasantly surprised by this car because it really does feel solid. Steering's good, handling's adequate, the 5-speed manual gearbox is okay, no problems with that at all. Little bit of engine vibration on idle, but all around everything works just right. Not brilliant, just right. Priced between 200 and 230,000, the MG6 offers 6 different variants and will be bringing a fight to the Corollas, Cruisers, Ceratos and Elantras of the world. It's a good car, but does it live up to what that MG badge stands for? To find that out, we've scouted a classic example and a passionate owner. Bruce, tell me about this car.
It's nearly as old as me. No, seriously. Well, this is an MGB. This year we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of the MGB. This particular one is a very early one in that it's what they call, nicknamed the pull handle model.
Okay.
Later models came with a press button. This particular car was first imported into Ndola, northern Rhodesia, in the Copper Belt, and it has a history of being shipped into Namibia and all over the place.
How much would a car like this be worth?
They vary quite a lot. MGBs can be anything from 60 to 150,000 rand, I would think.
So this is a very classic example of an MG. What makes an MG an MG?
I think there are many things. One is the exhaust note. It's an affordable sports car. It always has been. It's easy to work on. Right the way through all the models, the gearboxes have been quite fun with a very short movement on the gear lever. They are incredibly reliable. In fact, we've got another one that we bought in 1978 on the abandoned car auction, and my wife drove it backwards and forwards in this town for 30 years and it's still going.
So Norman, speaking to you, speaking to Bruce, you're obviously both incredibly passionate about the MG brand. Obviously very important, the badge coming back in. What is MG?
MG is, those 2 letters mean sports car.
So what do you feel about this new vehicle, the MG6?
I think they've got to start somewhere. I think it's a well-built, well-designed car. I think it's going to be value for money.
There's quite a lot of these little numbers in their ilk that take part in historic racing, not just in South Africa, but around the world. The great news for MG nuts is that they'll get to see a GT version of the new MG6 participating in British touring cars this year at the hands of Jason Plato, no less. The local distributors of MG are going to be doing some racing of their own in South Africa because they plan to set up an initial network of 15 dealerships. Currently 3 independently owned dealerships set up, 7 owned by CMH themselves. And that's really where they're going to find potential buyers because the car itself does a pretty good selling job indeed.
Well, it certainly looks like the Brits are well and truly back, and we wish them all the very best of luck. Coming up after the break, there's more reason to be jealous of Thomas. See you after the break.